Society doesn't punish you for being poor. It punishes you for looking poor. And once you understand this, everything changes. The uncomfortable truth. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed how the same person, saying the same words, with the same intelligence, gets to completely different reactions depending on how they look? This video is not about money. It's not about classism. It's not about hating rich people. This is about perception. Because the uncomfortable truth is this. When you look poor, everything works against you even before you speak. And most people don't want to admit this. Because it sounds cruel. It sounds unfair. And it is unfair. But ignoring it doesn't protect you. Understanding it does. So today, we're going deep into psychology, social bias, and reality, to expose why appearance silently controls opportunities, respect, love, and power. Stay till the end because I'll show you how to flip this system in your favor, even if you're starting from zero. Poverty is not just financial, it's visual and cognitive. When people hear the word poverty, they think empty bank accounts, no assets, no income. But society doesn't experience your bank account. Society experiences you. And it experiences you visually first, before anyone asks. What you know, what you've achieved, what you're capable of. Their brain has already decided who you are. Humans don't think, they filter. This is the part most people don't understand. Humans are not logical evaluators by default. They are pattern recognizers. Your brain evolved to ask one question instantly. Is this person high value or no risk? Machiavelli din conversation, rational or playful. Because for most of human history, you had seconds to decide. A wrong decision could kill you. Deep analysis was too slow. So the brain learned shortcuts, heuristics. These shortcuts still run today unconsciously. The 2 seconds can what really happens. When someone sees you, their brain runs a rapid scan. Is this person clean? Is this person organized? Is this person confident? Is this person socially calibrated? These are proxies. The brain is not judging money. It's judging signals of order versus chaos. Because historically, order equals sign survival. Chaos equals sign danger. Why worn clothes equals sign no comfort in psychological logic. Let's break this down carefully. When the brain sees worn or poorly fitted clothes, it unconsciously thinks, this person lacks control. This person struggles to manage resources. This person may bring problems. Even if none of that is true. The brain is not moral. It is predictive. Grooming is read as self-respect. Poor grooming isn't read as busy or going through something. It's read as low self-regulation, low discipline, low future orientation. Machiavelli din conversation, rational or playful. Because grooming requires planning, consistency, awareness of others. Those traits are highest at the straits. So when grooming is missing, the brain fills in the blanks negatively. Cheap is not about price, it's about coherence. This is critical. Cheap accessories don't signal no money. They signal poor taste calibration. The brain reads mismatch, noise, overcompensation, lack of restraint. High status people signal restraint, not excess. That's why simple watches beat flashy ones. Neutral colors beat loud ones. Minimalism beats clutter. The respect tax, invisible penalty. When you look poor, people interrupt you more. They doubt your ideas. They negotiate harder against you. They assume you need them. They talk at you, not with you. You pay what I call the respect tax. White people interrupt you more. Interruption is not rudeness, it's hierarchy. In social psychology, high status people interrupt. Low status people wait. When you look poor, your brain is placed lower in the hierarchy before you speak. So when you talk, your sentences feel optional. Your pauses invite takeover. Your words feel unfinished even when they're complete. People don't think, "Let me interrupt him." Their brain thinks, "This isn't important enough to wait for." That's the tax. Why your ideas are doubted even when they're good. Here's something brutal but true. People don't evaluate ideas objectively. They evaluate who the idea is coming from. So when you look poor, your ideas sound theoretical. Your plans sound risky. Your confidence sounds hopeful, not grounded. The same idea spoken by someone who looks established is heard. Insight. From you, it's heard as speculation. This is called source credibility bias, and appearance is the fastest credibility shortcut. Why people negotiate harder against you. Negotiation reveals status instantly. When you look poor, people unconsciously assume you have few options. You need the deal more. You can talk away. So they push harder, offer less, delay responses, add conditions, not because they're greedy, but because leverage is assumed, not proven. You are punished before you make a mistake. That's a tax others don't pay. Why people assume you need them. This one is subtle and dangerous. When someone believes you need them, they feel entitled. They feel superior. They feel relaxed disrespecting you. They'll talk down to you, give advice instead of collaboration, expect gratitude for basic decency. This is why conversations feel one-sided. They're not talking with you. They're talking at you. Why you're spoken to, not spoken with. Conversation equality depends on perceived value. When people see you as low status, they explain obvious things. They dominate the topic. They ignore your cues. They steer the conversation. You become an audience, not a participant. This erodes confidence over time, not because you're weak, but because the environment trains you to shrink. You work harder for the same result. Here's what that means. Let's make this concrete. To be taken seriously, you must A. Over-prepare, over-explain, over-justify, over-perform. Meanwhile, someone else speaks casually, makes mistakes, gets the benefit of doubt. This drains energy. That's why talented people burn out without ever rising. They're exhausted from paying a tax they don't know exists. Same words, different reactions. Why this happens. Two people say, "This will work." One gets it, nods, interest, support. The other gets silence, skepticism. Let's see. The words didn't change. The packaging did. Packaging includes how you look, how you stand, how calm you sound, how intentional you appear. The brain trusts signals, not statements. Why this feels so frustrating and personal. The worst part. You know you're capable. You know you're right sometimes. But reality keeps contradicting you. So you start asking, am I bad at explaining? Am I not confident enough? Maybe I'm not as smart as I think. No. You're paying a tax you were never told about. That's the game. Intelligence is real, but IT is not directly visible. Here's the core misunderstanding most smart people have people. They assume intelligence is self-evident. It's not. Intelligence lives inside your head. Society only interacts with outputs and signals. And signals are what get judged. So the world asks subconsciously, does this person look like someone whose thoughts are worth processing? If the answer is no, your intelligence doesn't get debated. It gets discarded. Why society uses signals instead of thinking. Evaluating intelligence directly is expensive. It requires time, attention, cognitive effort, patience. Most people won't invest that unless they're prompted to. So the brain uses proxies. Not because it's lazy, but because it's efficient. This is why society doesn't test intelligence. It screens for it. By looking poor filters your intelligence out. Now let's connect it. When you look poor, visually chaotic, unstructured, unsure, the brain assumes no foresight, low planning ability, low control over outcomes. So when you speak intelligently, the brain experiences cognitive dissonance. And the brain resolves dissonance by discounting the information, not rewriting the identity. So instead of thinking, wow, they're smarter than they look, the brain thinks, they're guessing, they got lucky, this won't scale. Your intelligence gets reframed as chance, not capability. Why your ideas sound risky instead of smart. This is crucial. Risk is not about the idea. It's about the perceived operator. If a heist person says, I want to try something new, it sounds like vision. If a low status person says the same thing, I want to try something new, it sounds like instability. Same words, different signal. The brain asks, can this person absorb failure? If the answer feels like no, the idea feels dangerous. Why confidence sounds desperate. Desperation is not emotional. It's contextual. Confidence from someone who looks established feels grounded. Confidence from someone who looks unstable feels aspirational. So the brain interprets it as hope, not certainty. Wanting, not knowing. Reaching, not standing. That's why it alone doesn't fix it. Signals must align. Why ambition sounds unrealistic. Ambition is judged by trajectory, not desire. When you look poor, people subconsciously assume you lack leverage, you lack runway, you lack margin for error. So your ambition feels disconnected from reality even if it isn't. That's why society says, be realistic, which really means stay within the identity we assigned you. This is why average people rise. Average people with strong signals get listened to, get mentored, get opportunities, get second chances, because their intelligence is assumed first, not proven later. They don't convince, they're received. This is why brilliant people stay invisible. Brilliant people who ignore signals, speak truth into silence, offer value into skepticism, work twice as hard for half the impact. Not because they're wrong, but because they're filtered out at the gate. The most important realization: you don't need to become smarter, you need to make your intelligence legible. Society doesn't reward what exists. It rewards what it can recognize quickly. Why even kind people treat you differently. Here's the part that hurts most. Even good people treat you differently. Not consciously, not intentionally, but subconsciously. They offer less help. They expect less from you. They imagine smaller futures for you. And slowly, you begin to internalize it. You start speaking softer. You stop suggesting ideas. You hesitate to ask. And now the system has won. Because it didn't just limit your opportunities. It reshaped your identity. The escape how to break the cycle. Now listen carefully. This is not about pretending to be rich. This is about controlling perception. You don't need luxury. You need intentional signals. Here's how to start breaking the cycle. Clean expensive. Clean clothes beat expensive ones. Grooming beats brands. Structure signals discipline. Well-fitted clothes signal order. Order signals competence. Posture is power. Stand straight. Walk slower. Speak with pauses. Reduce noise. Minimalism looks intentional. Chaos looks poor. Confidence before cash. Act like someone who expects respect and people adjust. The harsh but liberating truth. Here's the truth that frees you. The world is not fair, but it is predictable. Once you understand the rules, you can play the game instead of hating it. Looking poor is not a moral failure, but staying unaware of perception is a strategic mistake. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're seeing reality clearly. Now the question isn't, will you ignore this truth, or use it to redesign your life? If you want more videos breaking down psychology, power, perception, and self-upgrade, subscribe to this channel, because intelligence without strategy stays trapped.